Hello everybody, Treno here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Ground Forces prize for the Skilled Marksman Battle Pass, and that is the Israeli Sholef, which is also coincidentally the top tier prize, so you need to get to level 75 on the Battle Pass, and unfortunately you do need to buy the Battle Pass to unlock it. And this is coming in at rank 4 battle rating 7.3. Now there has been some controversy about this vehicle. Basically, by the looks of it, it doesn't seem to have all of the features it's supposed to have. So it is supposed to have a gun stabilizer, so it can fire on the move. It doesn't have that. It's supposed to have a faster firing rate, so about 9 rounds a minute or a reload rate of 6.6 seconds. It's actually 11.9 seconds in game. I'm pretty sure it's meant to have night vision devices, and I've heard other people saying it's supposed to have thermals. Basically, it just does not seem to have been implemented into the game all that well. So we'll take a look at the vehicle anyway, and we'll start off with the main gun. So like I said, it's got 11.9 second reload rate, it's got an auto-loader, a targeting speed of 6.5 degrees a second in the horizontal, 3.9 degrees in the vertical, and you can fire your standard ammunition types like on the American M109, so you've got your HE direct contact fuse and the HEVT shell, but you've also got the M401. Now, in theory, this should be really powerful because it's got 3 kilograms more TNT, but it's actually only got 2mm more penetration, so 63mm versus 61mm. So you might as well take it over the M107, but it's not a massive improvement, to be honest. And you can see the modifications, so you can see there's no laser rangefinder, vision devices, etc, etc. And you've got your machine guns firing AP and tracer bullets, and they are mounted on the roof of the vehicle, so you've got two 7.62mm machine guns. Armour is not the best in the world. It maxes out at about 90mm for the lower hull front, and it's about 60mm on the upper hull front. Unfortunately, the turret itself is not particularly well armoured, so 30mm with 5mm high hardness rolled armour at the front and the sides. But other than that, it's just not particularly well armoured. The roof maxes out at 30mm with a little bit of RHA armour on top of it, so you're decently well protected against enemy aircraft, at least those with machine guns. And you have got a little bit of spaced armour at the rear here, and some internal RHA at the front, as well as the engine being at the front, which might in theory block some shots. And you can see the top speed is 28.5 miles per hour on 6 gears going forward, 5.4 miles per hour going backwards on 2 gears. And then you've got your crew of 4. So you've got your driver at the front here in the hull, and then you've got your loader, commander, and gunner in the turret. And the gunner's got optics of 4 times zoom, which isn't particularly great. And you've got your standard camouflage, your desert camouflage late, winter camouflage, and tricolor camouflage, which does look rather nice, to be honest. So we're taking this out for a quick test drive just to see how it performs, and we're going to take out the M401 as standard. So here is the vehicle, and it is pretty big. There's the machine guns firing. There's the driver view. And we haven't got a commander view, unfortunately. I'm going to take a shot at the IT-1 over there. So, unfortunately, we haven't been able to destroy it from the front there. Getting a little bit closer. And while the reload rate isn't awful, again, if it's meant to be better than this, hopefully Gaijin will change it if it is incorrect in its current form. And managed to hit the roof that time. Took it out in one shot. See, it accelerates decently well. Although it's not the fastest vehicle in the world, but not the slowest by any stretch of the imagination either. That's us going over the river. See if we can take out the T-62. And even though we haven't got the gun stabilizer, it is remarkable, well, not remarkably, but decently well stabilized. At least at this speed. It's not going completely all over the shop. Taking out the T-62. We'll just test how quick the turret turns, and you can see it's not a quick turner. It's not a quick turner in the slightest. Probably going to be quicker to just turn the entire tank when you want to engage your enemies very quickly. Yeah, it's got a decent turning speed at least. Again, there's the machine guns. They can aim up reasonably well, so should be able to defend yourself against most enemy aircraft. And as you can see, it has got a standard rangefinder, so it's going to take a little while to get the range on far away enemies. Oh, took it at T98. So, yeah, the Sholef isn't exactly a bad vehicle. I mean, obviously, if it's been implemented wrong, it should be fixed as soon as possible. But in its current form, it's not exactly bad, but it's not exactly great either. It is just a self-propelled gun, very lightly armoured, decently mobile, and yeah, there's just nothing really special about this vehicle compared to some others. I mean, like I say, you'll do decently well in it. There's nothing to shout home about. I think if this has been like the free prize or the lowest of the prizes, I'd probably be a bit more happy about it. I'm not exactly unhappy at the moment, other than its flawed stats potentially. But I think it will be a serviceable prize if you unlock it, but like I say, nothing to really shout about at the moment. So anyway, that's just a quick look at the Israeli Sholef. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, hopefully you'll join me for the next one. I've been Tyranno, and I'll see you next time.